Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Jed Morgan, and even though it's a very, very touchy subject at the time, I wanted to briefly talk about the Justin Roiland situation with both Solar Opposites and Rick and Morty. Now, this is a complicated situation. There's not a whole lot of evidence, and I think that's where the bigger problem lies. Justin Roiland, apparently in 2020, was accused of some domestic abuse, some sexual misconduct, and stuff like that. I'd actually never heard about this until recently when it came back up as he's gone to trial this month. And the weird part is, why hasn't anything happened till now? If he was actually arrested back in 2020, what is different now than then? From the many articles that I've read about the situation this week, nothing really has changed beside he is going to trial, but that was already pre-established. This date was already set in stone a very, very long time ago. So I don't understand why Rick and Morty and Solar Opposites and High on Life are all disassociating themselves from Justin Roiland now after so very long. Now, I don't know whether or not he's guilty. If he's guilty, yes, he absolutely deserves to get fired and go to jail. Absolutely. But there hasn't been a whole lot of evidence presented to the public, and this court situation seems to be dragged out, and he, of course, maintains his innocence. It's a difficult situation, and this doesn't fall underneath cancel culture because it's actual legal repercussions involved in the situation. So if he's guilty, yes, go away. But there's just no evidence, so I can't make a statement one way or another whether or not this is a good thing or not. It just kind of sucks right now because we're in a neutral holding pattern until we find out the results of this trial and hopefully see some of this evidence that is leading to this court case. If it's just a he said, she said situation, there's really no way to prove it one way or another, and he shouldn't have been fired. And I just really don't understand why Hulu, Adult Swim, and these other companies are disassociating from Justin now if this was all already known information. What has possibly come to light in that trial that began a couple days ago that led to their disassociation from him? I've read several articles about this from NBC News, Variety, CBR, and none of them have provided any additional information that wasn't known from the older articles that I've been perusing as well. It's a weird situation. I feel like there's definitely more going on, but there are a few articles I want to briefly talk about here. This one's from CBR, just saying, yeah, he's been fired amid domestic violence charges. Some other ones say that it's for sexual misconduct, but most of them stick to it's just domestic violence. Either way, yes, of course he should get in trouble for that. But why are they firing him when there's no public proof? And why are they only firing him now? So it definitely feels like a weird situation going on with Justin Roiland at this time. And there's some pieces of information in here that did quite surprise me, including the news that Justin Roiland may not have been involved in the Rick and Morty writers' room since season 3. Now, Rick and Morty, I used to love Rick and Morty. There was a woman I knew who got me into it for a very specific reason. And the first 3 seasons, I think, are comedy gold, absolutely gold. And then they substantially fall off the cliff with each progressing season after season 3. And if he hasn't been involved in the writers' room since season 3, that might be an explanation for it. As much as it sucks if he is guilty, it is kind of interesting to see that if this report is true, the dip in quality directly relates to his departure from the writers' room. But this comes from one of the creators at the Staunch Games, who made High on Life in collaboration with Justin Roiland recently. And in a tweet responding to Elon Musk saying that Justin Roiland was the heart of Rick and Morty, this guy said, "To my knowledge, Justin only really creative involvement with Rick and Morty since probably season 3 is that he recorded the voices from his own basement. He wasn't even allowed to go to set, according to this person, or the recording studios. It was just at his home, which is odd. I'm told he wasn't welcome in the writer's room because of multiple covered up internal WBE investigations about sexual misconduct." That is very weird. And this is where a lot of the sexual misconduct stuff comes in, as if it's separate from this whole situation with the domestic abuse trial currently underway. So it is kind of an interesting thing to see the collaboration between the season 3 quality dip off after that and Justin Roiland's departure from even the studio, which is a very weird thing to record your lines in your basement. He must have a pretty good setup there. But Hulu's recently departed from him as well with the Solar Opposite show. I never watched it. I'm not really interested. Adult animation is a very iffy thing for me that I really have to be very careful about what I get invested in because I really don't enjoy it. But of course, he is maintaining his innocence through all of this. And I really want to know the behind the scenes on stuff like that because until that comes out, I can't have a legitimate opinion on this. Is there new information that made them all fire him right now? Is there actual proof that supports the claim that he was domestically abusing someone? If so, we need that information. Otherwise, this does fall under cancel culture. If there is no proof, it's cancel culture. If there's proof in a court of law, then it's not cancel culture. So if they're just firing him based off these claims, that is a major issue, and there's no reason for Rick and Morty to continue either way. Without Justin Roiland, the show is broken. The show's been on the rails for a while, just completely horrifically written for some time now, ever since his departure from the writer's room, according to the claims made by the Staunch Games creator. And there's no making Rick and Morty without him doing the voices now additionally. So Rick and Morty is really not going to survive this. I fully believe that if he departs, as they've said he will, Rick and Morty is dead, which sucks because there were some great Rick and Morty episodes back in the day. And I just want to see how this situation develops. I'm going to be keeping an eye on it for all of you guys. But at the end of the day, this just sucks, and we need more information before any opinions can be had about the Justin Roiland situation. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon.
Hey, yo, are you feeling what I'm doing up in here? Oh, I know you are. Do you miss all the good, compelling stories that we used to get back in Hollywood that they ain't putting down no more? I know you missing it. So check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues, baby. Book 1, Down in Flames. Book 2, Apocalypse Then. These are currently on sale. What are you waiting for? Get your hands on them. And we got Book 3, Kill the Dark, is coming down the pipeline. Just wait for all the good stuff that's dropping. You ain't gonna be disappointed, fam.